You're a f***ing disgrace.
You're toxic.
White man in a shit suit.
My little brother's transgender and I'm a lesbian.
How we accepted it for all those years, I don't know.
Yeah,
We
well,
just went along with it. I feel like maybe the tide has turned a little bit. I fucking love it.
Do you not think it's a bit weird spreading hate?
what's,
Like, have you not got anything better to do with your day?
what's hateful about this message?
What's hateful about this message? You're penalising a group of individuals that you don't understand. If somebody doesn't feel comfortable or okay in the body that they're born into, why is it your place to comment? Like, how does it affect you in your day-to-day life?
Well, ultimately, this ideology is a war on the truth, and it's a war on reality.
What's the war on reality?
There's certain things as objective truth, yeah? Biological truth.
Right, so there's biological, there's gender, but like, why do you care so much? How does it affect your day-to-day life? Somebody wearing a dress and wanting to be called a woman, like, how does it impact you?
It doesn't...
Have you ever been attacked by a trans person?
I've been attacked while I've been out doing this, yes.
So you've been attacked while you've been doing
While
this,
I've
but
been
have
out
you ever been attacked or threatened
Why-
by a
why are you
trans
say-
person?
why are you saying that?
Because you've offended me,
Right.
standing in the street. You know, I've got friends that have killed themselves because of
Really?
people like you that don't understand. You know, my friend Willow, she just wants to wear a dress. She doesn't feel like a man. And she killed herself, committed suicide because of people like you spreading hateful messages. So are you proud of that?
Are you saying I'm responsible for your friend committing suicide?
I'm saying you're responsible for the issues that cause that. So no, not directly, but this kind of toxic ideology. You know, don't you think you should
So
be
we agree that gender ideology is toxic?
No, you're toxic. You are this attacking ideology that you
So-
don't understand is toxic.
How do you know I don't understand it?
Because you stood there saying there's no such thing as a transgender child.
Okay, well you explain to me what transgender is.
What transgender is. So you have a person who is born with a specific kind of genitals and they don't feel comfortable and happy in their body,
Right.
so they make a constant change and live their life happily. I've never felt threatened by a trans woman. I do, however, feel threatened by men,
Right.
not trans women.
Right. So what you've just said is transgender is a feeling. Because you said it's how people feel.
Yeah, so how does
Okay.
that
Okay,
deliberate
right,
it?
let's get some common ground. Do you think that children are beautiful just the way they're born?
Why are you trying to snare me and trap me?
I'm just asking
Yeah,
you,
but
do you
it's
feel that?
it's up to that child whether they feel beautiful. Basically, I just find it absolutely insane that you feel the need to spend your day and spend your time spreading hate towards
That's not
people
hateful.
that have that is hateful.
Not hateful at all.
You know, one of my friends has just walked past and you've really upset her and ruined her day. You're spreading hateful messages. You should just leave people to get on with what they're doing. How does it affect you? Thank you very much. You know, there's children dying in genocide. Thank you so much for coming.
Dying in genocide.
Yeah, there's children dying in Gaza, and you're stood there with a transgender flag.
Well, there's
you know, how is it's
Gaza's
it's
nothing to
outrageous.
do with my message, okay? It's nothing
Yeah,
to do.
exactly.
So you're
That's
just
the
trying to
issue.
say-
There's so many other pressing issues going on in the
is.
world, and you're stood there spreading hate and
didn't learn biology,
penalising
yeah?
people.
Pardon?
You didn't learn biology, did you?
I didn't learn biology.
Yeah.
Okay, come and tell me what you know about biology.
Because
Come on.
when in the pre-state of the embryo, there can be a thing that there's the XY chromosomes that
Okay.
it goes wrong.
Right.
And now
So
she's really upset.
that someone can be born in the wrong body. That is possible.
Yeah.
That is possible. Just like there is hermaphrodites. People
Yeah.
who have both.
Yeah. That's nothing to do with transgender, being born intersex. There's nothing to do with transgender.
Yes.
So I'll try to get some common ground with this lady. Do you think that children are beautiful just the way they're born?
You too, darling.
Yeah,
See
of
you
course,
later.
but I mean, when I was 4, I also played with dolls.
Yeah.
But that does not actually mean that I want to be a girl.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong way to be a boy or a girl, is there?
But I was at Salford Keys, was it, on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
There was this beautiful 5-year-old boy walking around in a princess dress.
Right. Okay. Well, I agree.
Do you have an issue with that?
No, there's no right or wrong way to be
So if
a
there's
boy
no
or
right
a girl.
or wrong way to be a boy or girl, why are you stood there saying that there isn't a right and wrong way
not
to be a
saying
boy?
that.
No, that is literally what you're saying.
Well, do you want me to
with
explain to you
this.
what I'm saying? If you want to listen, because you're just shouting at me, you're not listening.
Because you're spreading hate, and I just don't understand.
Well, why don't you listen so we can get some common ground? Oh, that you think it's hate, and it's not
I
hate.
really struggle finding common ground
Right.
with people. But yeah, I mean,
What does it mean to be born in the wrong body?
What does it mean to be born in the
Yeah.
wrong body? To be born in what you feel to be the wrong body, you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel like you can be yourself, and I just don't understand why it bothers people like you so much if somebody wants to use a female toilet. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Do you know what? We'll agree to disagree. I've got work that I need to be going doing, but I just had to stop and tell you that I think it's absolutely awful that you stood in the street spreading hate. I just find it very bizarre that this is what you choose to spend your time doing. And thank you so much for you coming over and speaking. I think the general consensus is a lot of people don't agree with what you're doing.
I think you'll find there's a lot of people who agree with me as well.
Yeah,
if you want to
there's
hang
a lot
around,
of ignorant people.
well, there's a lot of
in the
people
UK.
that base themselves in reality, and this whole ideology isn't based in biological reality. Reality
What do you say about
is objective.
do you know what
of your
intersex
thoughts.
is?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
So
talk about it.
what do people that are intersex do?
Tell me about one intersex condition that you know of.
So they could, well, there's many that there
There's
is.
many. They
Yeah,
call them
there's many.
disorders of sexual development.
Disorders. Oh,
Yeah, that's what they
wow.
call them. That's the medical term.
Do you know what? I've quite frankly, I've
But tell me, do you want to tell me about Klinefelter
no,
syndrome?
I'd like to leave you to do what you're doing, but just know you look like a fucking idiot.
Have a nice day. That was a bit intense.
I do agree with you.
You agree with me? Yeah.
There's no such thing as a transgender child.
Absolutely, there's no such thing as a transgender child. But what I'm doing is I'm giving these people a harsh dose of reality, what they aren't getting from their collective circles. They're all lying to each other. Yeah. Well, thank you for the support.